again to United Voice of Women. This is Vani with you, bringing to you the show live from the studios of Mana TV, New Jersey, USA. United Voice of Women is now presented by Kankatala Silks. Kankatala Silks, they believe that dressing and treating a woman like a queen is their tradition, because at Kankatalas, you are family. You definitely want to check them out online, kankatala.com. Well, friends, it's time for us to start the show. If you are ready, I definitely am. A stunning Chanderi sari in stunning pink with block printed semicircles in white to add grace to the sari. Finishes off with pearls embroidered on white patch border. Comes with a ready-made blouse in white Chanderi with pink piping. Welcome back to United Voice of Women once again. Well, we women are all about love, aren't we? Because when we are happy, we need love. When we're feeling crappy, we need love. When we are alone, we need love. When we're in a crowd, we need love. So this is Vani here with you with lots and lots of love, welcoming you all to this brand new episode of UVW, presented to you by Kankatala Silks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We are bringing to you United Voice of Women live from the studios of Mana TV, New Jersey, USA. And yes, United Voice of Women is all about an ode to the woman, a celebration of women, empowerment of women, and inspiration by and for women. The best part is this beautiful platform that we have here, and this would want to welcome and invite every woman from every walk of life, every community, every country even, because what we think is every woman around us and among us is a hero in her own right, because we are all busily struggling, working towards all these challenges, okay, to be able to manage our personal life, our professional life, and sometimes a combination of them. And a lot of times we see that some people are doing better than the others, and the whole idea is having a friend here who wants to sit down and talk to us about her journey can help us understand things, maybe help us get inspired, get encouraged, or sometimes be a horrible warning telling you what not to do. So all these and more brought to you by our special friend here today, and this one is gorgeous and lovely and inside out. Okay, she's this girl that caught my attention a couple of years ago, and since then we've spoken on and off. But you know what? Today I can't wait to really hear her story, her journey, and have her as part of United Voice of Women. So welcoming Sharon once again. I can't say your last name properly. I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry.
But welcome to UVW,
Thank
Sharon.
you so much. It's so pleasure to be here. So much.
Same here. Delighted to have you here. And what's your last name again?
It is porubsky.
Porubsky.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so that's Sharon Porubsky.
Correct.
And you have multi how should I put it? I don't know. You have a mix of a lot of your descent, is multi.
Eastern European.
It's European.
Eastern European.
Eastern European.
Yes, that's how we've been referred to.
You would refer it.
Yes, I am half Polish, quarter Slovak, quarter Lithuanian.
You're going to say that again.
Half Polish, quarter Slovak, quarter Lithuanian.
Okay, and you want to help us understand what does that mean?
Okay, so from what my parents have told me, my grandmother was the first generation to come over. She came over as a young child, and if I'm not mistaken, she was 100% Lithuanian. So that's where that part comes from. And of course, so let's see, my mom was half Polish, half Lithuanian. Okay. My dad half Polish, half Slovak. So since both parents are half, I get half. The other half is a quarter.
That is Amazing. I have never understood math, and this was the most interesting math ever.
Try to keep it simple.
That.
Thank you.
Yes, that is beautiful. But you know what? You are actually an American because you were born and brought up here.
Yes, I was.
You were?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you know about your...
the Polish culture? I wish I knew more, to be perfectly honest. You know, I know some of the traditional items, you know, obviously pierogi, kielbasa, you know, some of the main staples that, you know, pierogi is a potato pastry, usually stuffed with a dough stuffed with potato, onions, sometimes cheese, depending on, you know, what you want to put in there. Sometimes people will kind of embellish on it. You know, they'll change the recipe depending on taste or, you know, family recipes. Still working on that one.
And what's it called again?
Pierogi.
Pierogi.
Pierogis.
Do you have restaurants, Polish restaurants here?
Not necessarily just Polish, but you can get Polish food just about anywhere. There's, yes.
Like?
Absolutely. They're diners. I know that they'll have like a special, like a Polish platter or something like that. There's also.
You want to recommend anything here in New Jersey, New York area? I'm excited.
Let's see. I do know that. I think it's Time to Eat Diner in Bridgewater.
In Bridgewater, okay.
I believe they have some specials that have been really good. There's also a couple Polish delis in Manville.
Ah.
Yes, so you can get some of the local delicacies.
That is amazing. Do you actually enjoy? Do you cook?
I cook when I can, when time allows.
Can you?
Yes.
Make these.
I'm still perfecting the recipe.
Auntie on.
It's a work in progress. Work in progress.
Awesome. Okay. So what else? You know, what else comes to you that came from your parents or grandparents? What else did you inherit, really? Besides some food.
Really, that's it. Just the history of some of the food. Unfortunately, they didn't carry down any of the language, which I'm a little disappointed in them. But I'd have to learn that on my own. But that, you know what? It's something to look forward to. You know, make that a goal.
Are there a lot of people from Poland here?
Actually, yes. I do remember from high school, there was someone that I became friends with, and I had no idea, but her family was, I believe, first and second generation that came over here, and they spoke fluent Polish.
Yeah.
You can still find some of the delis, even, you know, just in different towns. They'll still speak fluently, you know, amongst themselves. So
it just didn't happen in your family because you were all more American anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Where were you brought up? You know,
where
were you
I was
born
brought up here. I was born and raised in Jersey.
See, that's what it is all about. Like, I was born and brought up in the north of India, though I belong to the south of India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I spoke, you know, my language.
Okay.
From the south,
okay,
but I was never able to read and write because when I was studying in schools that are in the north of India, they were not having that as a subject. You know, so it happens to everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
And I would say I learned most of my language, which is Telugu, right here in the United States of America. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yes, because I didn't speak as much of that same language, you know, that I'm speaking here, like I did back in India, because I was speaking more of Hindi and English. You know, at home I was speaking Telugu, okay. But I was talking, I knew it, but I was not like a pro.
Okay.
Okay, but now I am.
Fantastic.
It's so amazing.
That's fantastic.
Right? Okay, so this is very interesting. Yeah. Have you ever been to Poland?
I have not. It is on the bucket list, though. I would
because
love
I
to
guess
make
all
it
your
out there.
family is here, so you never really even had somebody to visit.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
That is correct.
So it is like, and like any one of us, like we're going out sightseeing, you would be going there for a vacation.
Correct.
Not because you have family there.
No, there's no one that we know of that is still, you know, living overseas.
That is interesting, girl.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tell me more. So Sharon, where do you work? What do you do?
I work for a small pharmaceutical company called Therapeutics. It's a respiratory company, and it's based in Morristown. I do a whole bunch of things because it's a smaller company. You tend to take on more than just one role. It's multifaceted.
That's awesome.
It is.
Isn't that interesting?
It is. You know what? You never know what you're going to do every day.
So true.
Keeps it
so
interesting.
What did you study? Was that something geared towards a job in pharmaceutical industry?
Believe it or not, no. My whole kind of work career has kind of just evolved over time.
That's interesting.
Thank you. It's been interesting. It was kind of just okay. Let's see what happens. You know, I went to community college because I wasn't sure really what I wanted to do, and then you know I looked to transfer and just didn't really see what I was looking for. So I got my associate's degree and then went out into the workforce. You know, I worked a couple different jobs. You know, administrative secretary type thing. But then it was like I started kind of, I guess you could say, finding my way. You know, I took a course in massage therapy, which was fantastic.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
It was absolutely fantastic. You know, I loved every minute of it, but it was just, you know, it was a learning experience for me more than a profession, if that makes sense.
Okay, interesting.
So it was kind of like finding my way in life. That was one of the ways, one of the paths that I took. So yeah, you'd be surprised. You know,
Yeah, I am.
You kind of have to find yourself, and that was
so wonderful.
It was part of my journey to find, you know, what do I want to do? You know, because that was the whole thing. You know, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I still don't know what I want to do.
Wow. See, and it's good to know that you're still trying to find yourself.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I think once
Absolutely.
you know what is it that's
Yes.
going on with you, I think that is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
this is lovely. So you've been
you.
trying to evolve. I think it's this, I would actually think my journey has not been much different. I've never really wanted to, I didn't have any goals. I never thought that, you know, that's what I want to do, like most of my friends did.
Yeah.
I would say 99% of everybody around me did. You know, they were
Really?
all so sure about what they want
Okay.
to do and what they're going to be doing. I never knew. I never
You're
even
not alone.
tried to find. I didn't even try to find it. I just went with, you know, my life. And whatever I came across, I just did that. I enjoyed it. And, you know, it has taken me so many years now. But now, yeah, finally, I think I know, you know, what I want to do, where I want to go.
Well,
You know?
I think you found it. I mean, even, you know, the short couple years I've known you have just blossomed. And it's, I mean, I mentioned this earlier to you all,
Yes.
but it's like you've woken up something inside of you, because you seem so just full of life since you started doing this. And it just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just, I love watching everything you post, watching, you know, the activities, things that you're doing. You look like you've come out of your shell.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I just had to tell you that.
That is so amazing. So you actually think that I was different?
You were, yeah. I think you were still looking for, you know, just, you know, as an observation, I think you were still looking for what you were really, really, really wanting to do. And
Yeah.
I think you found something.
Wow. And you might be so right. Because I have this feeling, since I started doing this United Voice of Women, it was more like just, you know, part of my publicity campaign that I started off, you know.
Yeah.
I joined them as, you know, somebody who would manage their media relations,
Okay.
you know, for this TV station.
Oh.
That's what I joined them as.
Really?
Yeah, globally, that's my job. All right? I'm here to be able to do branding, publicity, marketing, advertising
Yeah.
for this TV station. That's what I joined them for. And then when I thought publicity, I thought the best way to go about publicity would be possibly start off by doing a show wherein I can just put forward some things about what I'm doing now. And from me, you know, it could slowly, you know, the ripple effect would go farther and farther. I know that I have a long way to go, but this was just a way for me to start it, okay?
Yeah.
And this platform somehow has empowered me
Oh, yes.
in
Absolutely.
a way that I didn't believe possible. Sharon, you're so right, okay? And until you said this to me, I myself didn't know it.
You show it.
It's showing.
You show it.
This journey
Yes.
of mine, of talking to various people and, you know, women, all these lovely women come in here and sharing their life journeys with me has been so empowering, so enlightening even. Okay, and I seem to be soaking in all that knowledge, I am gaining from talking to people from different walks of life, different cultures, different countries, and I am so amazed at the bliss of finding the truth that is every woman, be it from any country, any walk of life, seems to be exactly the same, Sharon.
Yes, you are so correct. I have to agree with you on that so much, because it is very true. We all have the same struggles. We all have the same desires. It's just we are all trying to find our way in life.
Yes, same challenges, same issues, almost. And I think we are all reacting to it almost so similarly. And this realization of understanding that actually we are all so one, and not really as divided as people are trying to say, project. I don't know. My experience has been so enlightening that we are also same. See, whatever you're talking to me now, how different is from my life.
This is life. I mean, this is what we talk about.
Yes, and it's absolutely the same.
It is, truly.
And this food that you talked about just now, what was this?
Pierogi.
Pierogi, right?
Yes.
So did you ever have any Indian food?
Oh, yes.
What do you eat? Would you know any names?
Tikka masala.
Chicken masala, okay.
Tikka masala. Tikka saag.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Lamb korma.
Oh, yes.
Is actually one of my favorites. I'll try just about anything.
Wow. So did you try the samosas?
Love them.
So how different are they from your pierogis or something? Because you're telling me that they go in the dough and you stuff it in, and
samosas are fried, if I'm not mistaken.
And what do you do?
They're boiled.
They're boiled.
They're usually boiled.
Okay, so they're more like the Chinese. What do they do?
Kind of like a wonton.
Dim sums, wontons.
Kind of.
Okay, so it's a mix. See, almost so similar.
Yes.
Right? You just fry some, you steam some, you boil some, and it's still the stuffing and something else goes on top of it. I am like so amazed with the similarities. It's not even funny, Sharon, and I'm just drunk on it, and I feel so awesome about this whole revelation to me. Right?
Nice.
It is amazing. Okay, so nice to know about whatever you said just now to me, because this really opened my eyes. I didn't know there's a difference. I felt some difference, but I was not consciously thinking about it. But you're so right.
Even since the first day I've met you, you have been one of the most positive and just full of positive energy. You exude this positiveness. But then, you started working, you were telling me about what you were doing in this new station you're working with.
Yes.
And it was amplified. You glowed even more, if that's even possible.
Wow.
I could see how much you were really enjoying what you were doing, what you took on.
Yes.
And it's just, I couldn't be happier for you, because
God.
honey.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah, that is so sweet. And what an observation. Just look, I mean, we are girls that just meet up at Zumba sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not as if we meet every day.
No.
Right? It's so rare that we see each other. But whenever we see each other, we're so gravitated, we're pulled,
Absolutely.
We definitely have a conversation. You give a few minutes.
You have this infectious smile. You really do. And it's just, I see you smile, and I want to smile.
That's amazing.
you bring out, I could be having a rough day. I could just, walk by you, be like, hello. And it's just, it's gone.
And when you come in front of me, I always think that you're such a pure person. I don't know what that is. Yeah, you were like so pure and so real, and yeah, you're not loud, but then you definitely stand apart from so many others, and yeah, that's how I've been drawn to you, right? And we just had little conversations, and just imagine now what we're talking. You observed all this, and we think that nobody cares around.
Yeah.
Isn't that wrong, Sharon?
I think it comes
People do care, right?
People do care.
People
You'd
do
be
care.
surprised.
We'll be surprised.
You'd be very surprised.
That's so well said. like how I'm surprised right now, right? What you observed about me. And for whatever reason, when I wanted you here, how much should I know about you? I didn't know much except that little conversations we had. But I always knew that, your journey would definitely be interesting. I felt in my heart that, your journey is really going to motivate people, help people, encourage people, even just in the way you think, all right? Even that could be so awesome.
Thank you.
So in your journey while you're finding yourself, let's go back to that.
Okay.
So did you have any challenges?
Oh, every day. Challenges every day. I struggled with school was not my thing, Not everybody learns the same way, We all have our nuances with things. You could probably say I have a minor learning disability. It's okay, you find ways to work around it. So traditional school was not really the route for me. So that's why I got my associate's degree and went into the workforce. It wasn't until I started working for...
How old were you?
What, for my associate's degree or?
When you started working?
Probably, I worked through community college while I was going full time. So, I had a part-time job while I was doing that. I was, keeping things going while, it's...
That's the good part about, being in America, I think, that you start learning to live on your own, be able to, help ends meet, etc. for yourself on your own.
Yes.
I
went, even going to community college, I did live at home, but I still contributed to what was going on. It was my responsibility to, be responsible and contribute something. So yes, I'm going to college, but, help my parents out wherever I could. They've helped me through a lot, and
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Which we don't really have in our part of the world. Everybody from India, we're like very protected.
Oh.
Yeah, everything is taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they would do everything. Even when they give us away in marriage, they would set up your house and they would give you everything that you need.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So in India, it's not just studies, okay? It's not just your education.
Wow.
All right? Throughout your life, actually, they are given and given and given and given and given.
Huh.
So I think, as people from India, it's a little difficult for us to get into this independent.
Okay.
The streak of getting independent doesn't come naturally.
Okay.
Sometimes but for you all, I think everybody who grows up in the US on their own, they actually learn to be independent. They know what's the value of money, how to save, how to spend, things like that. And I think that's real education. That's what I was trying to get to.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, it's not everything about what you read.
Yes, it's more the life experience.
Life.
Yes.
So you people are, when I say you people, I mean to say that people that are born and brought up in the U.S.
Oh, yes.
People coming from India are born and brought up here, but I think they're still being protected by the parents.
Okay.
It's the way Indian parents are, I would say. The culture.
Okay.
It's a culture thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think wherever we grow, we're going to have people doing this for us. So we're never really learning to be on our own. And I always find this extremely, extremely interesting because I think that you're really prepared for life when it really comes in front of you. You would not know because it's so natural to you.
That's what I had to do,
Exactly.
You find a way to survive. I mean, that's what it ultimately comes down to.
Tell me more. So you started working?
I started working a couple different places, and then I started working as a contractor at a pharmaceutical company, like back in 2000. And that was kind of where I kind of found something that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the atmosphere, the people I worked with, and that was kind of what sparked my maybe I should go back to school. Maybe I should go back and finish. Maybe I should, really think about things. And that's kind of, that's probably where the gear started kind of going. And after a couple years, I got hired full time, and they offered tuition reimbursement. So I figured, what the heck? What have I got to lose? So I started back to school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? 2000?
I started, I think I went back to school starting in 2004.
Wow.
So I went back part-time, finished in 2008, got my bachelor's.
What did you study?
It changed a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I started out as a bio major. because a lot of my classes actually for my associate's degree were sciences, physical sciences, anatomy, physiology, along with the massage therapy courses. So I had a lot of that in my background already. You know, that's always been something I've always been interested in. And so I just kind of took it from there. And, you know, as things shifted and, you know, new classes or new degrees became available, it kind of changed it. I wound up changing jobs and had to, you know, re-look at where I was at. And, you know, so yeah, I was going for my bio major. However, you know, changed companies. They still offer tuition reimbursement, but I kind of had to shift things a little bit. So I have a bachelor's in liberal studies from Thomas Edison.
What is that, liberal studies?
It's essentially, and it's not to sound, you know, not to belittle it or anything, but it's more of just a general kind of, it's a general degree, I guess, if you put it that way. But most of my electives were actually sciences.
All right, you were gravitating towards science completely now.
Yes. What I ran into some issues with trying to finish as quickly as possible. I was being encouraged to finish as quickly as possible. So really what it boils down to is, you know, they just wanted me to have a degree where I was working. It really wasn't what is it in, you know, but a lot of it, you get the experience from the companies that you work with.
Wow. What an interesting turnaround for you, right?
Oh, absolutely. It has been.
And so much for saying that, you know, maybe the traditional, you know, way of learning was not for you. That was, I mean, especially bio major. That's not everybody's cup of tea.
Not at all.
And you did it.
Absolutely.
That is so amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then, so tell me about, are you happy where you are today in terms of your professional life?
I am actually. You know, I've essentially worked my way up from, you know, an admin to I was a document coordinator. I was a CTA, senior CTA, clinical trial associate.
What is CTA?
Clinical trial associate. So
what do they do?
Study startup. So anytime there's a clinical study going on, you'll do regulatory documentation. You'll work with different study teams to get things set up, ready to make sure that, you know, you can open sites on time so that everything is just lining up so that you're ready, everything's in line, all your documentation is in place so that you can actually start the study.
Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, it is. I love it.
Very, very different.
It is.
And so exciting. Okay. And so you think that right now what you're doing is what is your calling? You feel?
I don't know if it's my calling, but it's the next thing I'm learning. It's the next part of my journey.
Next part of your journey, and you're loving it.
I am actually.
That is
I'm
so
really
fabulous.
truly enjoying it.
Do you have any goals or something in mind?
Goals in mind.
Do you want to do something else, or you just want to go with this right now?
Well, right now I'm actually learning and going through data and cleaning data, which is very different from what I was doing. So, you know, information comes in, you know, through an electronic data capture system. You know, right now we're going through and we're, you know, as a team, we are investigating, looking for issues, issuing queries so that they can be resolved, so that data is clean, so that when a database lock comes, there's no issues. So that's really the learning experience right now, and I'm really enjoying it because it's every day's new. You don't know what you're going to run into.
So true. And who says you just need a traditional, you know, schooling, etc., to be successful?
Correct. It's, you know what?
So exemplary and amazing. I think it's all about your interest.
It is. You have to find something that interests you.
And then when you gravitated towards it, I think it all just happens anyway.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
You don't really have to prepare yourself for years to get to that place.
No.
Well,
you need some of the background, yes, I will admit it.
But then you could get it even after you got your job.
Correct.
So, you know what, this completely non-traditional way of things happening, but they happen, and they happen as well as it could happen for somebody else who have possibly studied it and, you know, got to where
Correct.
you are today.
Yes.
Wow, Sharon, that is awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
That is very, very nice, actually.
Thank
you. Know
you.
What? So this just goes to say that there's no time. There's no one way or another to get to anywhere you want to get to, basically.
You know what? It's a journey. You can't compare yourself to everybody else.
No.
You're on your own path at your own pace.
Wow. And you can do it at any time,
Yeah.
with or without degrees.
Yeah. You know,
do it afterwards.
Yes.
And do all the studying afterwards too. Who would know that, Sharon? This is like something
Not unless
really
you-
something nice to share.
Not unless you've actually been through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's always a way. You just have to find it.
Find it. So beautiful. So
you.
beautiful. So tell me, Sharon. By the way, did I tell you how gorgeous you're looking today?
Oh, thank you.
I didn't tell you. I forgot to say
Thank
that. Oh my God.
you.
I love that dress.
Thank
okay, that color is
you.
so becoming of you.
Thank you.
And by the way, did you see that you and me, we didn't
Have
think about it, but we
pearls?
somehow got into pearls?
I know. I was thinking about
Yeah?
that.
We didn't think so, but
No.
yeah, we got into pearls. And by the way, I never wear pearls for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, I never am. I'm more of a blingy girl. You know,
I
you
didn't
must
tell
know
you.
that.
I didn't tell you I was coming with pearls.
Exactly. So this is really surprising.
It's beautiful.
And I just did it because, by the way, this sari, do you see it's got
that
all these
is
pearls on
absolutely-
it?
It's beautiful.
By the way, this sari, my wardrobe,
Yes.
is sponsored by Kankatala Silks.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I mean, I just so love it. It's something so different. I see all the little tassels and stuff. I don't think I saw them before. Do you like saris?
They're beautiful, yes. I love looking. The colors are usually so vibrant.
They are.
Love them.
Right? Any Indian outfit,
Yes.
basically, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're all so bright.
I don't think I've seen anyone in a sari that hasn't been beautiful.
Exactly. I think it makes a woman look very feminine.
Yes.
Do you think that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that this outfit is very, very feminine. It
Yes.
makes you look very, very feminine. So anytime anybody wants to feel like a, you know, girly sound, I would always think that, you know, this is one thing that makes you feel like that.
No, it's beautiful. I love it on you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Okay, now tell me, talking about
Yes.
weddings, about you and your
Yes.
marriage. So,
Okay.
you got married.
Yes, I did get married. I was married for approximately 6 years. We were together for 10, but we did get divorced. Things just did not work out. So that's okay.
So, was that a love marriage? It usually is.
Yes.
That was a wrong question. The way you looked at me. What do you mean? I'm sorry.
I'm assuming that's what you
I'm
meant.
sorry, Sharon. Yeah, I'm so sorry. You know what? Yeah, I think we are still so much. I know India is changing a lot, and you know, a lot of people are
Yes.
having love marriages. Okay, it's not as if they are not somehow, but you know, you just grow up in that atmosphere, and the first thing that comes to you is it a love marriage?
Yes.
Okay, mostly the arranged thing just stays in your head.
Yes.
And I keep saying on you know, on this show a couple of times I've said it before that, you know, we people who came away from India, like I came out of India 24 years ago.
Okay.
That's a long time, right?
Yeah.
So that time, what India was, it was definitely so much more traditional than it is today. No doubt about it. So I think though we come away, we come with whatever values and whatever traditions and culture we saw around us, right?
Okay.
Because I only remember that part of it. When I go for my vacations every year, etc., you're just shopping and eating, and you know, you're not really thinking anything much. You're there for 2 weeks, right? And you just have so much of family. You go, come back, we think, wow,
Okay.
India's looking so much better, this, that, okay?
Yeah.
But we're not really thinking anything about it in terms of culture, traditions, etc.,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So yeah, so that was that mind of mine that, sorry about that, okay?
No, please don't worry. I understand what you mean.
Yeah, so you know, that's how it came out. All right, so tell me, so Sharon, what does marriage mean to you? How would you want to define it for you?
Marriage?
Yeah. What would you say is really marriage?
Oh, goodness.
I'm asking you because I have no clue either.
What?
Right? Yeah, I'm asking you because, you know, most of us don't really know how to define it. But just now when things went around marriage, I
Yeah.
just felt, would you know how to define what would be
It's-
marriage for you?
It's a commitment between two people. It's beyond just loving the person. You have to be able to communicate with them, be able to, work through things with them. It's not just all about love.
Wow. Now you blew my mind.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
No, that's very, very, very awesome what you said just now. For me, that's an aha moment.
Oh.
Yeah. You have to say a little more about it. Why not? Just share your thoughts, whatever comes to you. So you're saying that it's not just about love. And
oh, no, not at all.
I always thought, for whatever reason, if there is love, then there's everything. But that's not true.
No, it's not true.
Well, experiences have definitely shown me that, but I have not really realized it or, connected them together the way you put it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you. I guess just from my experience, yes, there was love in our marriage, but there were things missing. You have to make time for one another. You have to be able to communicate to one another. There's time to be together, but then there's time. Go ahead, go off with the guys, go off with the girls. It's compromise. It's many things. It's not just one thing.
So true.
Love is a big component of it, but it is not all of it.
Wow. Nobody has ever said that, actually, Sharon.
Really?
Yeah. Not
Wow.
maybe I didn't discuss it that way, but the way you put it is so beautiful. I don't know, for whatever reason, we're just looking for love. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, when it comes to a partner, all you're thinking about is love.
Yeah.
And you put it very beautifully that there's so many other things. Love is not all.
You need to find someone who you can talk to, somebody that you can, just be with, hang out with, find your best friend. That to me is really what it's about.
I think I've realized that over years. That's one thing I realized, that I think if two people who are married can't be friends with each other, then things don't really work out the way they should or they could. Right? I think I've realized that part. I felt that friendship, if that's missing,
it's key.
I felt it. I didn't even know if it was key or not, but I thought if we could be friends, things could be so much more easier. I felt in my heart. Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so now when you put this thing into you're giving me a perspective, right? So on that, I know that now what I thought or felt at some point of time makes sense.
Okay.
Right, in this way.
Great. I'm glad I can help.
You put it. Beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
So when you say communication, what do you really expect? Because everybody says communication, but what is that communication that? We seem to be. Whenever there are arguments between a couple, there's a lot of conversation going on.
True.
But when there is something nice to say, there seems to be no conversation at all.
That's the
Do
thing.
I make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Do you think that's what we mean by communication?
Yes and no. I think I think communication and compromise have to come into play together. You have to be able to, to compromise with certain things. You're not going to win every fight. That's not what it's about. It's not.
So true.
It's not about, being the best. It's the whole idea of being with somebody is to be, be with them. Be in the moment with them.
And that seems to be missing. Do you think?
Yes. I
in
think
general?
I think a lot of people, they kind of get lost in the shuffle of things, and the other thing to keep in mind is that marriage is growth. It's not always going to be at the same level at all times. I've talked to people who have kids and, the dynamic that's changed. They don't have the same time that they have, that they used to have. So it's, you have to learn to be flexible. That's where I'm talking about compromise. And if you don't talk to your partner about, things that are bothering you, it's just going to build up. If you're not able to, say, hey, maybe I need some time, can we just spend some time together? Let's go for a weekend somewhere or something like that. You know, it's you've got to be willing to do a little give and take, but then also, you know, listen to your partner.
Wow. Sharon, I just had something pop up into my head while you were talking. Because what you said was, I think, what I have felt a million times. I know a lot of women must have felt so many times, right? A lot of them. And irrespective of cultures and countries they come from, right? So suddenly what I'm thinking is it just a woman thing that we're wanting that time together so badly and men do not? Because I've not really heard any man say that, you know, we don't have time together. Or maybe, I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know. No, but I know what you're saying. Because it usually seems that the women are like, oh, you know, why can't you make some time for me or something like that? And
is it just a woman thing?
I don't know. I think it comes down to, you know, again, compromise and communicating.
No, compromise is okay. And I think we women are good at it. Again, I don't know if I'm not trying to generalize stuff.
No.
But you know what I'm saying is usually women, I think, are okay. Okay, we can't say 100%, but I'd say most of the women, I think, are okay with the compromise part. But this need of wanting to spend time together, we've all heard it in movies and, you know, regular soaps on television or friends and families. Everybody talks about this. Everybody has a laugh about it, you know. We're all having drinks and we're talking something and say, oh, she always wants to go somewhere, I can't do it. The guys say it, right? So we've heard this kind of talk everywhere. So that's what I'm basing on. You know, whatever I'm saying. And I'm asking you, what would you say? Because I'm somehow gravitating towards this conclusion that somehow women seem to be very clingy or what is it? That's why I started off the show with saying that, you know, when we're alone, we want love. We want to be loved. When we're in a crowd, we want to be loved. When we're happy, we want to be loved, and, you know, we want to be loved and we're feeling crappy.
No.
What do you think it is about it? What is it, do you think?
Do you know what? I guess for me, it's, you know, if somebody can put in the effort, you know, it doesn't have to be all the time. That's the thing, is I think there's a misconception that, you know, on maybe the guy's part, that they feel that if a woman is saying, you know, I want to spend time with you, they take that as meaning it has to be all the time.
That's a good point. Maybe.
And that's where communication comes in, where if you're not explaining that to them.
How do you explain it to them? That I just want one
in the simplest way possible. Just be blunt.
And say that.
Just be blunt.
Yeah,
you know,
just stay home for tonight, or you know. Even if you have something you want, don't go today.
Well, I don't know about that, but
that
might not be good.
Yeah, that does not be good.
No, but it's, you know, it's from what I've seen, you know, just be honest. You know, be honest about things. It's not going to do you any good to kind of like beat around the bush. Like, some women are afraid to actually come out and say what they want.
Very true.
And that's, you have to just be open, you know, and that's the whole thing is, it's, you know, in searching for somebody, you find somebody you're comfortable with, because if you can't talk to them and if you can't tell them how you're really feeling, it's not going to be like the best relationship.
So tell me something, Sharon, to take off, to follow up on this particular point that you're saying, okay? So you were in love. You fell in love with each other.
Yes.
You knew each other for so much time together, right? So during that time, what happens, isn't that supposed to be continuing after marriage? Because here you've just been friends.
It's supposed to, but it doesn't always.
Why do you think so? Because now when you said that, you know, be honest and express yourself. So don't you think when you were in love earlier, you would have said that too? I want you to, you know, let's spend time together, or let's go away?
Yeah. Those are the things that I did communicate.
Right? So these are the same things that you possibly are continuing with. And do you think the marriage changes at all?
Yeah, marriage is always going to change.
Why?
You know, the relationship, it's not necessarily change, but it should grow. You should grow together. It shouldn't be that, you know, one person's doing one thing, the other is doing something else. You really need to kind of work together.
But
instead of...
How can two people grow together? What would you mean by that? How can two people grow together?
I guess that's a good question. I think I'm
Right?
still working on that one.
Yeah, exactly. You know why I'm trying to get to this?
Yeah.
With everybody, when we talk about these things, maybe we would get answers ourselves. You know, so like you said about the growth part, you were able to explain that yes, we should grow together.
Yes.
Okay, you seem to know that that is important.
Oh, yes.
But when I say so, how is it possible for two people to grow together, or what do you mean by growing together? Because I honestly don't know what it means.
Okay. I guess the way I look at it is, you know, growing together, you need to, you know, find what works for both of you. That's where communication and compromise come in, and you really have to, you know, be committed to one another. You know, you've got to work together on a marriage. Marriage is work. It is not just something.
Party.
No, it's not something you can
Well,
just.
we can't even say party because parties have to be planned.
Yeah.
You have to plan them. You have to organize stuff. You have to be dressed your best. You should behave your best. So I should say marriage should be like a party.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You know what? I think you got something going there.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Marriage maybe should be treated like a party. You know,
Yeah.
be excited about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You should always be
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
about
Very
it.
welcoming about having them.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Okay. Prepare to look your best, cook your best. You know, clean, do everything to
Yeah.
make it so perfect.
But you don't want it to be, well,
Every day.
you've got to also be honest with yourself. It's not going to be perfect every day.
No, it can't. It never
That's just
can.
not
It
possible.
never can. It never can. But what I'm saying is, if we approach possibly a marriage as a party and take it as something fun,
Yes.
but at the same time, give it more than you give things, right?
Yes.
Because every day, yes, you keep your house well, you cook well, etc., but you take extra effort, right? When it's a party, though it's your own same friends that are
Yes.
going to come back to your place every other weekend.
Yes.
You know, we take the effort, we make the effort, we take the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
To ensure that everything would be to their liking.
Okay. Yeah.
We try.
I see where you're going with that.
Right? Yeah. You know, last year, I think for a very little time, I saw you a little subdued.
Yes.
You know, through your divorce.
Yes,
Yeah. We
that is
didn't talk too much about it, but
Correct.
you did talk to me about, you know, this the separation that you're going through and divorce, etc. So you have your own issues, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to deal with it. And,
Yes.
And I saw you a little down for a little time.
Absolutely.
But then I see you now. You know, what I really loved about the way you were talking about marriage and everything to do with marriage after a recent divorce with such positivity says a lot about you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Sharon. I think we all need to learn that just because you know you've had a bad experience, you don't want to say that this world is bad, or you know marriage is bad, or there's no love in this world. You know, I think it would be very unfair to say all that, even to yourself,
It would be.
because you're going to be living in this world.
Yes.
Okay, so it's better that we believe it really is beautiful. Okay, you had some experiences that are not really working out for you.
Yeah.
All right, and you think that there's no other choice but, you know, to get out of it, to get out of that
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
So was it as simple as that for you? It usually never is.
No, it's never an easy.
Yeah.
I should say I've only been through it once, and you know I hope that I don't have to go through it again. But
I wish that too.
it's, you know,
But in a more positive way, because
Yeah.
you know, I think I understand the importance of not getting stuck anywhere. Nobody deserves to be.
and that's where I was. I was stuck, and that was a big issue for me. You know, it's
When you say stuck, do you want to say something more about, elaborate that just to understand? What do you mean by stuck, according to you?
it was almost in the same place it was from the day we got married. Nothing really changed. As I was mentioning earlier, it's a marriage should be, it is work. It should evolve. The two of you should grow together. Things, little things like buying a house, moving on. A lot of those things were not happening, and I couldn't understand why. I wasn't understanding, why we weren't moving on to the next. Why were we still living in the same place when we had talked about moving? And it just came down to we were really just in two different places, and unfortunately, I had to move on in order to really find what I need.
Wow. You said something. You said the marriage stayed the same that it was on the first day. First day was supposed to be great, no?
First day, initially it was great.
Okay.
It was great. And then it seemed, after we got married that there was just no effort. Any of the effort that was made to court me while we were dating, everything stopped after we got married. And the whole point of marriage is to continue dating your partner, if you will. That's one thing that I've seen, just from, friends and other people who have healthy relationships and healthy marriages. You have to continue to date your partner,
Really? I didn't even know this.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, Sharon.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We feel that whatever we are going through, we think that everybody knows all about this.
Oh.
That's why I feel that, we all talk about knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Right? I was telling you that, right?
Yes.
We all say knowledge is power, and we're
Yes.
doing our best to keep up with the, in terms of growth in knowledge, from the minute we wake up till the minute we, fall asleep.
Yes.
We're wanting to know what's happening around the world,
Yeah.
be it politics or weather or, I don't know, everything, right?
Yeah.
Sports and movies and entertainment. We're keeping ourselves abreast with everything that's going on, but we're not ever thinking about life.
Yeah.
I thought life is most important, isn't it?
It should be.
Yeah,
Life is
life
very
is
important.
most important. If you don't have, life is not just going through from one day to another and another, and if it's bad, you start crying and howling. Okay, if you're angry, you fight. You're happy, you dance, and just go on. No, right? I mean, there should be some madness.
Yeah.
There should be some what is the saying? Some method to the madness.
Ah, yes.
Right?
Yes.
There has to be some method to the madness,
Yes,
right? I mean, I
absolutely.
know life's crazy, but there's some method, some way of wanting to, channelize it better.
Yes.
Every time you think you're going off a track, but you wouldn't realize it unless you really look at life.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I thought, when we're talking about knowledge, we talk about journeys, lives of each other. That's when we get to understand. Now the way you're telling me that, you in a marriage, you should continue to date your partner, I wouldn't in a million years
Really?
would have thought about it. But that, I guess, is so important.
Well, I mean, use simple things. If you're dating someone and you're going to bring them flowers, why wouldn't you do that as a married couple? Why didn't just little things? And I think that's what sometimes kind of where things fail is a lot of the little things drop off, and that's.
Do you think? Are you trying to say that when you're dating, it makes it look like you actually mean something, and afterwards it becomes like a habit, or just taking for granted? Okay,
Taken for granted is the best way to put it. Yes.
This person and me are living together, so
Yes.
that's it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And that's where.
That doesn't work, you say.
No, it does not.
Maybe it doesn't work for anybody, but not many know why. Right? And when you say taking for granted, I'm sure a lot of women have said that in anger. I'm being taken for granted.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of women, but I think men don't get it. What do you mean by, you're taking me for granted? Do you think that? Have you actually spoken to your ex-husband? I mean, while you were married, did you say to him that, you're not bringing me flowers anymore? Did you ever?
Yeah, I did mention. Yeah,
You actually did.
I said, I just things that
miss
I've
all that.
noticed. I said, it's been, been years, a couple years since, you've brought home flowers, or, just something random, and he just didn't quite get it.
Feel like it.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
And we don't know why that happens, right?
No, that's the only thing I can think of is people get comfortable.
Comfortable. And this is something that we hear mostly only from the women. So I so wish to understand, what a man must be thinking when he does what he does.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I would love to know what's going on in the mind.
Isn't it? Because maybe,
yes.
we can help each other through this way.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? There are a lot of people who talk to me about, Vani, why don't you start United Voice of Men? Okay.
Oh.
And I actually never took it seriously, but at this moment I'm just thinking, why not? If they want to talk about their journeys, I don't know how open they would be, because men don't really like talking too much. I'm not being judgmental. Sorry, guys, whoever is listening to me right now. But, I might want to hear back from anybody who is listening to me or watching us right now, right? So if you seriously think that you can talk about your journey, and if you can share your thoughts on what you think about relationships and basically your life, okay, if you are willing to talk about it, and I see more than a couple of people responding to that, I would want to seriously start something called United Voice of Women, because this is all about wanting to help each other.
Yes.
Okay, right now we're trying to understand how we women can help other women around us, okay, but a man's perspective, a man's understanding of things, a man's intellect, if that could be added,
That would be fantastic.
it would give us so much more insight into possibly, how we can make this thing really
work.
a better deal for everybody, right?
Absolutely.
You really got me thinking about a lot of things, Sharon. It's so interesting. I think I can just go on and on and on, but we are sort of short of time as well. But yeah, tell me something. So was your so the divorce came through because you were really particular that you wanted to end it, or both of you, or how did it go?
It ultimately just came down to I wasn't getting anything back out of the marriage. I was putting in, but I wasn't getting anything from it. So it was my decision, yes.
So you had to make this decision. Very
Yes.
difficult.
It was.
Making this call is not easy.
No, it's not. I wanted to make sure that I had done everything possible before really coming to that decision.
So does he know exactly what you wanted and what he was not able to give you?
Yes, I
Does he
did.
know?
Yeah, he knows.
He does?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. At least that's good. If you had communicated it to him that, this is what I need, and this is what I'm not getting, and that's why I might have to, end this. He knows it.
Yes.
That's very nice, Sharon. I think that is the ultimate thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Right? Because I hear a lot of people, they've not even told.
Oh.
Yeah, because they thought that the other person should know. I know a few
can't.
people, but no, it's to each their own, right? How they
Yes.
deal with their own stuff.
True.
So there are people who are not even able to get that message across.
Okay.
That why I do not want to be with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is great, I think. From whatever I understand so far, because that's the maximum you can do. Right? That, this is what I need. This is what I expected.
Yes.
This is not something you're able to give me. So when you're not able to fill that void inside me, this is really not working.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Precisely.
So now it's what, 2 years, couple of years now?
It's been a couple years, yeah.
And do you regret what you did, or?
No, I don't.
That's wonderful.
I don't.
That makes you feel better.
It
right?
does.
That you were not wrong.
No.
You didn't make a mistake.
No. This was the right path.
This was the right path for you.
Yes.
And you took the right decision at the right time.
Yes.
That's amazing. All right. So you have any plans? You still believe in love?
I
you
do.
definitely believe in marriage.
Yeah.
And who knows, you might find somebody that, would actually be the person
They're out there.
that could do. Yeah,
They're out
definitely.
there.
It's a huge world.
Absolutely.
Right? And there are wonderful people out there. So I'm
Absolutely.
definitely hoping.
Thank you.
That something good comes out of all this, and it definitely will. If you're
Yes.
looking.
Yes.
Right? If you really need something, if you really want something, and if you're looking and you're asking the universe, that'll come together
Yes.
and make it happen.
Yes. I
All
do
right.
believe
So
that.
may
Thank
you actually get everything that you've ever wanted,
Thank
Sharon.
you.
I wish it from the bottom of my heart. time.
Thank you.
All right, it was
so much.
seriously a pleasure having you up here.
Thank
And
you.
I can't wait to see you evolving, continue to evolve, grow, and
you.
continue to look beautiful and pure, and be this nice. And keep watching United Voice of Women. Who knows, you would learn so much more from other women that are talking about their
I hope so,
experiences.
actually, yes.
Right? That would be
Yes.
really wonderful. I know that you watch a lot of my shows on UVW.
I do.
Right, on Facebook, you
I
do.
watch them on Facebook, yes.
I see you, always wanting to appreciate, what I'm doing up there, etc. And I love it.
Thank
You know,
you.
so continue to be there for us. And
Absolutely.
now you're a part of the United Voice of Women group.
Thank
And
you.
what I like to do with our women, everybody that is a guest here on my show,
Yes.
what I like to do is we want to be continuing to hold hands.
Okay.
Okay, we continue to hold hands, and
Okay.
how that happens is you are going to introduce me to another friend of yours that can come here.
Okay.
Okay, so in this way, it's a chain.
Okay.
We all are sort of together,
Yes.
right? Everybody around us and among us, and we are all friends.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a long way to go, and together, I'm sure we'll be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, thank
Yes.
you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here.
Thank
And
you.
hey, you, all of you out there, thank you extremely for being here, joining us on United Voice of Women every week. Can't wait to catch up with you next week once again. But till then, you want to be good, take care of yourself, keep smiling, and always remember, I love you. Hey, so good having you on our show, Sharon.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Did you have a good time?
I had a wonderful time. Thank you.
Okay, so as a big thank you to you from our sponsors, the Kankatala Sales have a gift for you.
Thank you.
So this is, do you want to see what it is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Here we go. Let's leave this aside. So this is a gorgeous silk sari. Really beautiful on you. Okay, so would you like to?
Yes.
Yeah, just see how it looks on you?
Yes.
Okay, so here you go. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Beautiful sari. I can't wait to wear it. Thank you, Kankatala. My first sari. I can't wait to wear it. Thank you.
It is so beautiful. You've always told me you loved Indian clothes.
Yes.
Right? So this is so amazing.
Always admired.
And you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
I mean, your dress matches the sari and you look so perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Mwah. Thank you so much for being on my show,
Thank you
Sharon.
for
I can't
having
thank
me.
you enough.
Thank you. Thank you again.
All right. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's been wonderful. Thank
Alrighty, look beautiful, keep looking
you.
beautiful. Thank you once again, and yes, see you next week, same time, right here. Till then, take care, be good, and I love you.